Welcome back to Secret Screen Stories, your home of the most unexpected and captivating hidden references and background stories of your favorite shows. Today's video might just bring a whirlwind of excitement, but it's totally normal if you're feeling a bit unsure about jumping into the new Season 2 of House of the Dragon. It's been nearly 2 years since we last visited the world of the Game of Thrones prequel, and let's be honest, keeping track of all the twists and turns, not to mention the leapfrogging timelines and evolving characters, is no small feat. So let's take a stroll down memory lane together, refreshing our recollections before watching Season 2. But before we start, let's cover the basics. What exactly is House of the Dragon about? Well, House of the Dragon is actually the thrilling prequel to the blockbuster HBO series Game of Thrones. Set a whole 172 years before the iconic struggles of Westeros we came to love, this series dives deep into the Targaryen dynasty's reign, based on the rich lore of George R.R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire. But there's a twist. Much of our story is also woven from Fire and Blood, a history-style tome penned by an Archmeister of Westeros, packed with stunning tales from the Targaryen days. The Targaryens' family rule over Westeros with fire and blood, and the battles they fight to decide who gets to sit on the coveted Iron Throne are something else. So, what went down in Season 1? Let's get into it. The season starts with a bang, as King Viserys I, played by the brilliant Paddy Considine, is picked as the successor to the throne over his cousin Rhaenys, portrayed by Eve Best. Viserys is the fifth of his name to rule, and he's doing a pretty decent job keeping the peace and ruling the realm. However,
saw a rich land ripe for the capture. But ambition alone is not what drove him to conquest. It was a dream.
However, drama unfolds when his attempts to father a male heir lead to heartbreak, with the death of both his newborn son and his wife, Aemma Arryn, played by Sean Brooke. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Instead of choosing his brother Daemon, a standout performance by Matt Smith, as his next in line, King Viserys throws a curveball. He names his daughter Rhaenyra, first played by Millie Alcock, and then Emma Darcy, as his heir. This move sends shockwaves through the kingdom, because, guess what? No woman has ever held the Iron Throne. Talk about breaking the glass ceiling. Or should I say, the Iron One. Enter Otto Hightower, the King's Hand, craftily played by Rhys Ifans. Otto sees a golden opportunity amidst the succession drama, and decides to play matchmaker. His target? His own daughter, Alicent Hightower, who transitions from Emma Carey to Olivia Cook. He nudges her into the king's inner circle. And what do you know, despite her being a less than strategic choice and the former best friend of his daughter, King Viserys falls head over heels for Alicent.
Yes, but then at once, Your Grace. But it needn't be. None of it needs be this way in truth, Rhaenyra.
They tie the knot, and soon Alicent gives birth to a son, Aegon II, stepping into the shoes are Ty Tennant and later Tom Glencarney. Despite his new son, King Viserys still supports Rhaenyra as his successor, but whispers and rumors start to swirl. Should Aegon II be the rightful next ruler? Now, in all of this Targaryen turmoil, Princess Rhaenyra, now ready to wed, finds herself the center of many a suitor's attention. Thanks to her status, wealth, and striking ice blonde hair, she's quite the catch in Westeros. Lucky for her, King Viserys, being the cool dad that he is, lets her pick her own Prince Charming. But as we all know, this is Game of Thrones, where love stories are anything but straightforward. In a twist that spices things up, Rhaenyra isn't just eyeing any suitor. She's got a thing for her uncle Daemon, who's already married. Yep, you heard that right. The two are caught at a pleasure house, stirring up all sorts of scandal. Now, you'd think the king might flip out over the whole incest angle, but nope. It's the betrayal by his brother Daemon snatching away his daughter's virtue that really gets his royal robes in a bunch. Viserys is so furious that he yanks back the privilege that he gave to Rhaenyra to choose her own spouse. He decides that she'll marry Laenor Velaryon, played by John McMillan. But plot twist, Laenor's heart lies elsewhere, with men. Recognizing each other's desires for what they truly are, Rhaenyra and Laenor strike a secret pact to pursue their own passions while keeping up appearances. Rhaenyra rekindles her risky romance with the dashing soldier Criston Cole, portrayed by Fabian Frankel. Criston, head over heels for Rhaenyra, makes a bold move. he proposes they ditch the throne, elope, and leave Westeros for a quiet life together. But Rhaenyra, ever the princess, isn't about to give up her royal duties for love. She sticks to her arranged marriage. Meanwhile, back at the palace, King Viserys uncovers a conspiracy. He realizes that his hand, Otto Hightower, manipulated him into marrying his daughter Alicent. Betrayed and bitter, Viserys strips Otto of his position. Recognizing that the walls are closing in, Otto nudges Alicent to prime their son for the throne, stirring further intrigue. At the wedding of Rhaenyra and Laenor, drama unfolds. Laenor's lover pulls Criston aside, seeking his silence on their secret love. Reeling from his own heartbreak after Rhaenyra's rejection, Criston snaps. In a fit of rage, he kills Laenor's lover, setting off a chain of events that cements his resolve. Rhaenyra must never claim the Iron Throne. Criston's actions at the wedding, fueled by jealousy and rejection, show just how tangled and deadly the webs of power can be in Westeros. Next, we have a time jump of around a decade, and picking up a decade later, after the tumultuous wedding, you'd think things might have settled down for Rhaenyra and Laenor. Surprisingly though, they're still together, and even expanded their family with 3 little ones. But hold on to your dragons, cause there's a twist to this tale. Those children, they're not Laenor's. They're actually the offspring of Rhaenyra's lover, Harwin Strong, played by Ryan Corr. And guess who's starting to sniff around this scandal? None other than Alicent, whose keen senses are tingling with suspicion. Alicent sets her brother-in-law, the scheming Larys Strong, portrayed by Matthew Needham, on the trail of this royal soap opera. But Larys, ever the overachiever, decides not just to uncover the truth, but to add a dash of murder to the mix, wiping Harwin and his dad off the map. Needless to say, Alicent isn't thrilled with these extreme measures. Amidst all of this chaos, tragedy strikes again. At a funeral of all places, Daemon's second wife has passed away, and as everyone gathers to mourn, a fierce brawl breaks out between the children of Rhaenyra and Alicent. The clash ends horribly for Alicent's son Aemond, who loses an eye, sparking Alicent's fury and her demand for vengeance. At the same time, for Daemon and Rhaenyra, old flames reignite amidst the strife.
I wasn't expecting you.
Seems rather a lapse in foresight.
Daemon, ever the strategist, suggests that the only way for them to truly be together is for Laenor to be put out of the picture. And in what could only be seen as a twisted act of kindness, Daemon helps Laenor fake his own death, clearing the path for him to exit stage left from this royal drama. With Laenor gone, Daemon and Rhaenyra waste no time. They tie the knot, uniting not just in marriage, but in ambition, strengthening Rhaenyra's claim to the throne even more. For Alicent, this union is a bitter pill to swallow, especially since she still harbors hopes of her son, Aegon II, ascending to the throne. As King Viserys' health takes a dire turn, the stakes in the royal succession saga soar to new heights. The king, now a shadow of his former self, can hardly leave his bed, depending solely on a cane for support. His condition is so severe that he wears a golden mask to conceal the ravages of his illness, hiding the physical toll it's taken on his once regal appearance. Yet, even as his body fails him, his resolve remains strong. In a pivotal gathering within the hollowed walls of the throne room, Viserys calls his family together to reassert his wishes. He wants Rhaenyra, his daughter, to inherit the throne, a decision that would shape the future of Westeros. However, in the twilight of his reign, a critical misunderstanding threatens to unravel his plans. As Viserys mutters his last words, he speaks of the prince that was promised, and Aegon, referencing the mystical prophecies tied to the fate of the Seven Kingdoms. These are secrets that he once shared with Rhaenyra, hinting at her central role in the grand saga foretold by legend. But Alicent, present at his bedside, misinterprets these last whispers as a new will, believing Viserys has named their son Aegon as his successor. This misunderstanding sparks a fire that could consume the realm.
If I believe it to be true.
Believe what to be true, my king?
Oh, don't you remember? Aegon.
Quick to act on this supposed revelation, Alicent informs her father Otto Hightower, who is ever the schemer. He launches a calculated plot aimed at placing Aegon on the Iron Throne, regardless of the ethical cost. The palace becomes a chessboard, with each player moving stealthily to outmaneuver the other in a high-stakes game of power. Caught in the middle of this brewing storm, Rhaenyra finds herself in grave danger. Realizing the threat to her claim and her life, she flees to the relative safety of King's Landing. Yet even as Aegon ascends to the throne amidst controversy, the realm remains divided. Allegiances are split, with some supporting Aegon's claim, while others remain loyal to Rhaenyra's right as the designated heir. Undeterred by the challenges, Rhaenyra continues to embody the role of a queen. In a striking display of defiance and determination, someone manages to smuggle her royal crown to King's Landing, symbolizing her unwavering claim to the throne. With the crown in her possession, Rhaenyra isn't just surviving, she's reigning from the shadows, ready to fight back. To strengthen her position, Rhaenyra devises a strategic plan to secure the support of the North and the Stormlands, the regions ruled by the Starks and Baratheons respectively. She sends her son Jace and Luke as envoys to these powerful families, hoping to forge alliances through diplomacy and marriage. However, the plot thickens when Luke reaches Storm's End, only to find that Alicent and Aemond have preempted him, securing a pact through a marriage proposal to a Baratheon daughter. The situation escalates quickly when Luke, realizing he's been outmaneuvered, tries to leave, but Aemond, driven by a deep-seated rivalry and a thirst for dominance, confronts him. The encounter ends in tragedy as Aemond kills Luke, an act that sends shockwaves through the realm and back to Rhaenyra. Upon receiving the news of her son's untimely and brutal death, Rhaenyra's grief transforms into a burning desire for vengeance. The first season concludes with her vowing to avenge Luke, setting the stage for a conflict that promises to be as brutal as it is heartbreaking. As we leave the turbulent waters of this season, one thing is clear. The battle for the Iron Throne will be fought not just with swords, but with the deepest of personal vendettas, and Rhaenyra is poised to lead the charge. And that's what we're going to see in Season 2. And there you have it, a short recap of House of the Dragon Season 1. If you loved this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. If you're looking for the scoop on the latest blockbuster movies and series, we've got you covered. So stay tuned, keep watching, and join us next time for even more captivating content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.